Hey guys, it's Dave and it's story time. So there was this one time, every story starts like that, right? There was this one time. But seriously, there was this one time. I think we were playing a show, Reliant K. I think we were playing a show in Baltimore. And I could be wrong, and I can't figure it out, actually. I was just trying to see if I could jog my memory and look back at a few things, look back at tour dates, things like that. And I just could not, for the life of me, figure out where this actually happened. But I think my hunch is that it happened in Baltimore or similar. So those of you who know Reliant K are maybe aware of our song, Sahara. It's a pretty aggressive song, especially for Reliant K. It's definitely like one of our kind of our rockers, you know? And I get to kind of mash at the drums a little bit. And it's actually a song that when I had left the band for a long time, my buddy Ethan Luck he took over playing drums. And this is one of the songs that he wrote all the parts for and created, and is actually a really pretty cool experience, actually, then coming back to Reliant K and having to learn the parts in the songs that Ethan created. I really enjoyed it. He certainly plays things differently than I do, and I really liked figuring out what he did and just kind of gaining the experience of being in someone else's head. You know, I've had the opportunity to write my own parts on so many songs that most of my experience drumming is playing my own material. So a lot of people I know talk about records that they learn drums to, or like really studied, or bands that they're really big fans of, and they just like learn those songs and those beats and those fills and things like that. And it's honestly not a big part of my drumming experience. You know, I've spent most of my time playing my own stuff. So this was actually a really interesting time playing songs for people that people knew, and I had to get up and play them. You know, and I might put my own tiny little spin on them and do things just a little bit different than Ethan did, but for the most part, I really tried to stick to what Ethan did because I really liked his drum parts a lot. And so Sahara is one of those songs. So yeah, all that to say, it's a heavier song for Reliant K, pretty good tempo, you know, it's clipping along a little bit. It's certainly not like a blast beat punk song or anything, but it's a rock song, you know? And so yeah, it's heavy. Anyway, I think this happened in Baltimore, getting back to my original point. And it was probably 20 seconds tops into the song, and I put my kick drum beater through the head on my kick drum. And I've only done that a handful of times. I've broken some kick heads, but just not that often. You know, I've broke a lot more snare heads. But even that, as I got deeper into my drumming career, I did less and less, to be honest. But so anyone who's broken a head during a show knows like how horrible it is, because there's nothing you can do. There's nothing you can do. Like, you have to play the rest of the song with whatever you're left with. And it's really pretty awful when, I suppose it's kick or snare. Either one's really terrible. You hit them both a lot. So when you're missing one, it's like half your drum parts are gone. They don't exist anymore. So the problem, of course, with the kick drum is, you know, just the whole bottom drops out. You've still got bass guitar and whatnot going on in the song, but all of that power, that impact of the kick drum and the real like thump in your chest, like power, live show, heavy song, really aggressive, it's just all gone. So it's so frustrating. But anyway, yeah, so it was like 20 seconds in the song, poof, right through the kick drum head. And then here I am left to play like the next 3.5 minutes of this heavy song with no kick drum. And the other thing that's crazy about it too is when you lose something like that, it feels really weird. And sometimes it's like, it's a little bit hard to even play your parts. Like, so I was still playing my kick drum parts, you know, even though I wasn't hitting anything. In fact, if I remember correctly, the beater went through the kick drum head and then it stuck in the kick drum. It never came back out. It was just like in the kick drum, right? So the pedal was just all the way to the floor, my kick drum pedal. And so I'm still kind of pretending like I'm like air kick drumming so that I can still play all my parts, because like when I play, it's so much about muscle memory and things are happening so quickly that I'm so used to the way things are supposed to be happening. If you eliminate one appendage, everything feels wrong, and I'm probably going to play a bunch of stuff really weird or wrong or forget parts or whatever. So I'm up there just like air kick drumming and feeling kind of like a fool, like hitting cymbals with no kick drum. There's nothing so wimpy as like doing a fill, no kick drum whatsoever. So it's really, it's a real bummer. Anyway, maybe if you were at that show, maybe drop us a comment or something and let me know where it happened, because I just don't remember. Okay, that's it. Back to the show, guys. Bye.